I saw on HBO's Real Sports with Brian Gumbel, they were talking about this. Bernie Goldberg was the reporter, the correspondent, and he spoke with a psychology professor at San Diego State. And I said to Fritzy, I know it's early, but I'd like to talk to Dr. Jean Twenge, and she's the author of Generation Me, a psychology professor at San Diego State University. And she was very good about what this means at a young age, what it means later on in life for these kids. And Doctor is kind enough to join us. So what do you make of this, Doctor? If you were going to summarize participation trophies, the good, the bad, and the ugly, where would you start?
Well, participation trophies set a really low bar. They're not even a trophy for effort. Apparently now some kids get them even if they just sign up for the team, even if they don't even show up. So it's not even for participation anymore. It's just for paying the parents paying the money for someone to sign up. So it also really sends a pretty bad message to kids, which is that you don't really need to do anything to get rewarded. And especially as they get older, this is not how the world works. You need to put in effort and you need to have actual results to be able to get the reward.
But to encourage kids to play sports, is that the carrot at a young age that hey, if you come out, you'll get a trophy, even if you don't play or play well? Is that what we're trying to do?
It might be, but it's not very effective in the long run, because where you want that motivation to come from is from inside and from an actual enjoyment of the activity. So the carrot should be having the experience of playing and developing the skills and being with your friends. And yeah, the T-shirt at the end of the season, that's a great idea, or a team picture so you can remember the times that you had. We all have our kids play sports for many reasons, and one of them is to learn that feeling of teamwork and to make friends, and then they can remember that through the picture.
But the trophy culture didn't just start. It's not recent. It happened a generation ago, didn't it, that we started giving out trophies?
It was around the early 90s or so when this really got going. It seemed to follow the self-esteem movement, the idea that we should increase children's self-esteem because that will help them succeed in life. The problem is all of these are based on a false premise. They're based on the premise that the key to success is self-confidence, yet it's not. We know from many research studies now that self-esteem doesn't actually cause success. So one small example of this, in the United States, the ethnic group with the lowest self-esteem is Asian Americans. Those are the kids who do the best in school.
What does this mean later on? And I have kids who are teenage and a little bit older, and I do notice that there is I did this, where's the recognition following this? Is that what you're concerned about?
It was done a few years ago with college students, and it asked them some questions about some of their attitudes toward their classes and what they needed to do. And one of the questions was, if I attend most of the classes, I deserve at least a B.
Wow.
And a third of the college students agreed with that. Another one was, if I explain to the professor that I'm trying hard, the professor should increase my grade. And 2/3 of college students agreed with that. So they've clearly absorbed the message that just showing up is good enough, and then putting in a modicum of effort and telling somebody about it is enough to get a good grade.
Doctor, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Dr. Jean Twenge, author of Generation Me, a psychology professor at San Diego State University.